All right, welcome into WWC. What's going on, peeps? Sorry, I'm a little few minutes late. Make myself a protein shakerooski for tonight. So, um, season 5 continues. We are getting ready for trade posts to open tomorrow. So just so you know, that will be on day 16, really. We start at reset, and that'll be day 16. So at the 12-hour mark, we have trade posts open. Hey, Vader, welcome in. Speaking of trade posts, man, Vader. Vader, you taking a trade post tomorrow? What you up to? What you up to tomorrow? You getting one? Getting your little grubby hands on a little tradie post? What up, Lou? What up? Yeah, so trade posts will open tomorrow. So fighting final will begin for that. Everybody likes the trade post fighting, and what goes down there. So we will be getting it. Look, Vader says he'll see what happens. I say Vader goes for a trade post. I say he just deep dives in and just says, you know what, I'm gonna take one. Yeah. So I just things are pretty same. Oh, who was help? Eric. Eric. Whenever Eric's on tonight, we can review the train because Eric will be proud of me for the train tonight. Well, proud he will be of me. I was pretty proud. Where can I look at my records of how I did yesterday? Look at this. I sold 100 at 400, and I got 40K gold. Did a little studying, figured out the train, and actually made 40K crystal gold yesterday on the train. So yeah, it was exciting for me because I really kind of threw away the train as a whole. So the fact I was able to do it and it actually worked, I was impressive. Okay, you want to dive into the train? We can certainly do that. I see you're back to Black Troops. Yes. Okay. I will get into that as well, Vader. We'll deep dive into why I'm back to the Black Troops. So, all right, the train. All right, here we go. Ready, Woo? So, as Eric said yesterday, it's just a matter of aligning with the trade logs, and it takes a little bit of studying as you go through. So, it's going to go from station to station, and it just keeps wrapping around from station to station. So, what it allows you to do is get a little bit of history on how the train goes. So, I let it go through to just see how it was selling at the stations. You can look at, by clicking on the little search glass here, periodically how it is selling at each train station at each time. And then you can align like the recent trains that have gone through. How have they sold? What did they sell for? What people were able to get at every single hour. You can see like sometimes there's variability in it. Sometimes they don't sell as well and others. So you need to find a target. You can go by last week's by every train. You can go by last week's, you can go by in the last month, like however you want to look at the charts, and each stop is going to be different performance based on the last days and the last weeks. And some performed better than others at different times. So I was just looking at all the stops and all the times for the train, and I kind of settled on one of the stops. I was also looking at like from the purchase, the quantity at each one of these stops. So like when I was looking at the purchase quantities, you can also see right here It tells you the highest price that it's buying at for the last round that it goes through. So you can really just look at it and filter it by however you want. And then you can also look at the history. You could do it by time. You can look at how many that they actually bought, the quantity that was bought versus the quantity that was on the train. And it kind of just gives you an idea of the actual trains that are selling and which ones aren't. So you can't actually, don't think you can actually sell it yourself. Like you're not going to go at every station and sell the whiskey. What you are able to do is pick your stop you are going to put your whiskey on that it's going to ride through. And so from here to the next station, and then you see what station it's actually selling at. So I wanted to put it so you could see here, it's heading to 138 right now, right? Is when it's actually going to ride to 138. So you want to figure out what station you want to sell your whiskey at. And then and then it takes the ride. Once it's at that station, it takes the ride and it sells along that route that it's basically doing. And that's one of the things that it doesn't really tell you that it should, is that your whiskey is automatically being sold. You're picking the price, you're picking what it is, but the whiskey's automatically being sold based on your price. So I just looked at the trade log, kind of analyzed the trade log at where it was selling highest. And I didn't want to fully gamble on the 500, so I went 400. I dialed it back, but I saw that it was being bought at 500 consistently through the station. I forget which station that I ended up picking. I think it was like 17. I think it was one of these that I ended up selling it at. It wasn't this. Maybe it was one. Was it 179? Oh, doesn't it tell me? Hold on. Maybe it tells me. Tell me when what train? 8014. That's what I ended up selling it at. 8014. So the main kind of middle ground of the whole place, the station, is where I ended up picking. It was going into leaving there to sell, and I sold it from the main station. And anyway, I sold it, and all of a sudden I got this alert that I had sold all my whiskey. I'm, wait a minute, did it sold it all the whiskey? And then boom, I was like 40. All of a sudden I got 40K crystal gold, and I was pumped. I was like, well, all right, so this train thing works. I'm gonna keep selling it. So I will let you know how I do tonight. I don't rush it. I'll analyze it a little bit tonight, take a look at it, and I'll go from there. But I was pretty excited about it. So take a look at the trade log, see what trains sell in, and try to do it yourself. To go in and take baby steps. Sell it for like 200 or 300 if you want in the beginning, and see what it wants. So anyway, that was exciting to actually be successful in doing it. I'll say that. Okay, so Vader, to your question, right, about my black troops. So I did make the switch from the white troops to the black troops again, the assault troops. I went from the defensive to the assault. Okay. This all had kind of towards the end of what we were doing at the end there, because I had the tactic cards, right? So this goes all into kind of tonight as we deep dive. And for those of you that have no interest in tactic cards and you're completely bored by tactic cards, and it's you hate them, it's not your thing, by all means, probably not a great stream for you tonight. Because for those that are interested in tactic cards, that want to deep dive into it and learn more about the strategy, the game, of what we're doing, and how it works, that's kind of what we're going to focus on a little bit. And then we'll get into your questions and stuff like that after. But going to get into a large part, kind of nerd out a little bit on the tactic cards. So we saw the report yesterday, right? Woo gave us a report yesterday. I don't know if those who saw, I should probably just refresh on that report that we saw yesterday. Where are you, Woo? Okay. So Wu presented is this the one you had? This report here. And when I was analyzing the report, I saw that the person he was fighting was getting incredible percentages from the attack. And I said, wow. And the levels were really high, obviously, across the board here, for everything. So I was like, this is an attack. I wonder how this works if we reverse this and look at it from a defensive position. Because to me, when you're in a bank or you're in a thing, you're taking a defensive stance. Okay. Thank you, B. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Glad to have you here, B. So when you're in a bank, you're in whatever you're in defending. For the most part, you're taking a defensive stance, right? Because you're in that building, defending it. So instead of everybody focusing on attack, because we talk about attack, we're worried about base attacks, we're worried about 3v3. We're always talking about attack. Which there's a time and place for it, no doubt, right? But when it comes into the season, especially for us, you have a strong player on your team that can clear out the bank. Your best bet is you're going to be in the bank defending. So you want to figure out, how can I stay in there longest? How can I be as effective as possible being in there holding my position? I would think trade post is going to be very similar. You're holding a trade post. You're holding your base in your base and you're holding it, right? Similar of what you're doing. It's all defensive positioning. So we focused on attack. So I said, I wonder what this would be like from an attack or defensive position. So I went to work and I started looking at how can I use my tactic card. So I will take a step back here and tell you why I did this and when I would recommend you do this approach. So I've in season 5 now, I've upgraded all of my coffee factories to 30. So they're all 30. They can't go any further, which means killing zombies at higher levels with resistance makes no difference to me when I do it. If you're in like a hurry for an ego boost and you want to compete with, all the whales as far as like killing them, where are they? They're somewhere in here. I lost. Oh, they take it away? There was a little thing in here that said like purge or something, and it was all the where's the purge? They took the purge thing away? Huh. There was a zombie ranking system. And it looks like I don't know where it went now. Oh, that's annoying. Banks, it's not banks, cities, crystal golds, high noon, wasteland, trade, war, no, hero experience, season battle pass, hero promotion, weekly and season. Yeah, I don't know where they put it. Now they buried it, I guess. So anyway, for the first two, is it leaderboard? Where is that? Is it in here? I didn't see it. Where in the leaderboard, my man? I don't see it, man. I don't know. I'm sure it's somewhere, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's somewhere. Anyway, whatever they did with it, it really just takes whoever's the first one to kill a zombie at like, at level 73, 81, blah, blah, blah. And there was a small reward for it. And it was kind of like, for the first couple weeks, believe me, when you get to season 5, it's really all you're kind of looking at and focused on because there's nothing else to watch. So you're like, oh my God, they killed a zombie already at like 82, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's fun for a while. But I'm nowhere. I'm a dolphin. I'm not competing in these levels, and you have to use your protectors in order to kill them, and your resistance, and all this other stuff. We're not even close to the top. This Caffeine Institute goes to 60. We're just not there yet. I'm almost right now at like 50. I'm going to be at 48 tonight. So whatever the case may be, my point is that I cannot get my coffee factories any further than 30. So I'm in no rush to kill the zombies anymore. Eventually, my Coffee Institute and the Resistance will get up, and I will no longer need the Purgator card to do it. So my point is, like, once you get your coffee factory to level 30, there's no rush to kill the zombies anymore unless you're chasing that leaderboard. So you can, the reason why I bring that up is because you can now take apart your Purgator card. Again, remember, when you first get into the season, it's incredibly beneficial to get that Purgator card going because you can kill the zombies faster. You kill the zombies faster, then you can get the coffee factories faster, and then that allows you to get to this point that I am right now faster. I'm sure there's some people that were even faster than me, and that's all fine and good, but it's just a fast forward button to get your coffee factories built faster. But once they get maxed, you're done. You're done, and everything just has to progress naturally. So why sit there and worry about, like, killing the zombies a week earlier before everybody else? It doesn't really matter. So it's more important to me to get my tactic cards. So I finally reset my tactic cards. So now it was a decision on, all right, what am I going to use for battle cards? What are we going to use for resource cards and all that? Okay. So resource cards, again, are pretty much defaulted. All right, you're all gonna the purple ones are the best. You get experience as the even after you get all your cards maxed or whatever you're doing from a card perspective. Don't forget, you still get increased professional experience from killing zombies. So these cards are still something that you want to do. There was even one of them that I raised to level 2 because I was like, oh, I wonder what that would do for which one did I do it for? Was it this one? Which one is it? This one. So this one's level 2. I wanted to see if I could get experience from it, and I couldn't even get experience from it from doing it. So this one gave me the professional experience from it. And I think this one gives me professional experience from it. The other ones went 1+1 to level 2, but it didn't even give me the professional experience, so I don't care. And this one I moved, and this one was just iron output moved up. So unless I can get professional experience, not going to care. So look for the cards as they come out. I talked about yesterday that some of the cards actually have different random stats to them, depending on what cards you pull. They're not all the same. And we saw that with a couple people from the community that were sharing pictures of the cards. And they were showing that the same exact card with different random stats. So before you sell your cards, make sure you look at the random stats. It takes a little bit of research, but you could be throwing and selling away a card that actually has better random stats than your one you're using. And these cards, if you don't want it anymore, like this one I had at level 2, if I don't want it anymore, it's very easy to just replace it with the same card with better stats, and then just sell that card. It's very easy. You're not losing anything, but you're getting those random stats. So anyway, that's just a sidebar, and that's pretty much it for the resource cards. Resource cards are really not anything major. You're just looking to get additional cards from them, and you're looking to get the professional experience. I saw Chicken Charlie, welcome in as always, my man. Welcome in, sir. Glad to have you back. Anybody reach 70 yet on zombies? I have one person in my grouping that did. We just started week 2, season 5. I think I might be, Charlie. What am I? I'm 60 something. I'm 73, Charlie. You mean the Doom Elites? The Doom Elites, I'm 71. The regular zombies, I'm 73. But I'll take that with a grain of salt because I actually stopped killing them probably yesterday, the day before. I'm not pushing. I'm not bothered pushing anymore at all. Plus, by the way, you lose a crap ton of troops like killing zombies once you get your coffee factories, it's just not worth it. All right, so back into the tactic cards. So you got these down here, the resource cards. That's about all we could talk about there. Not a major thing, but if you have questions, reach out. We could certainly discuss further. All right, so now the battle cards. These are the fun cards. There's so many options for you to do for the battle cards because I've talked about this prior. You can go speed, you can go offense, you can go defense, and then they have like the general cards that they want. So there's tons of different things that you can use them for. Different situations, they actually will work in different scenarios. So if you're just focused on attacking, and when I say attacking, I mean you can bring these anywhere. So Winter Storm, Desert Storm, like different spots, right? they're incredibly beneficial for you how you want to raise these cards. And so march speed may be more important to you as you're trying to run faster in Winter Storm, stuff like that. Certainly beneficial. Or you're focusing on attacking people, however you want to do it. What I digested is what I don't know right now, at least at the end of the season. This is the advantage of the disadvantage of being a guinea pig, and the messages that I can make to you as I sum up some videos and make week 3 and week 4 and week 5 as I find these things out. So what I don't know right now, which is a major factor, is how much experience am I going to have? How much those tactical pieces am I going to get to be able to tell you, hey, at the end of the season, guys, I was able to max out 6 cards. Don't be scared. I was able to do 4 cards, 5 cards. I don't know that right now. So I'm a little at a disadvantage on how to use the cards and purposefully look at things, because I want to max out whatever I'm going to do, and I want to utilize them. But I also want to look at it as there's a huge difference between a level 1 card, a level 2 card, and a level 7 card. So you really want to look at it and figure out from that perspective, and you'll be able to do that towards the end of the season when all of us finish season 5 and we're able to give some of that data for you. But right now, I want to look at it from my perspective of what am I going to use the most out of all these categories? What am I really going to use the most? And the more I thought about it from last night's report, when I was just baked into my brain thinking was, man, I'm going to defend more than anything else. I'm going to defend more than I'm going to attack in the season. I'm going to sit in banks. I'm going to sit and see. I'm going to do different things where I am really trade posts. I'm defending. Even when you go outside of things, when I'm in Winter Storm, when I'm in Desert Storm, I'm in buildings. I'm in chests. I'm defending. I'm not necessarily attacking all the time. I'm defending things from trying to hold positions. That's what I'm doing more than anything else. So if that's really what it is, then I should try to do the defense route, and if I have to split hairs and figure out what direction I want to go, I should really go a defensive route. Okay, so I kind of made up that mind, but then I also wanted to dive in a little deeper, right now at least. So first thing, outside of before we get into offensive and defensive, one of the things you have to take into account is 4+1 card, right? So we really want to talk about the 4+1 card, because right now we're trying to see is this card viable? Does it really work? I mean, there's changes season 4 to season 5. We have 5 exclusive weapons this season. It's totally different how you're going to shape your team. So the other thing I want you to think about, and we'll come back to this because I have battle reports to show you a little bit of sandboxing for evidence of some of these things and how it works. I want you to think to yourself, when you're using a 4+1 card, what is your ultimate goal personally when you're using it? Are you hoping to defend against, like if you're an heir and you're using Murphy with your 4+1, are you using it because you want to be stronger against a missile team? So you're like, hey, when the missile team comes across that can beat me in the air, I want to be able to counter that better. So I use the 4+1 card. Is that why you're using it? Or are you saying, you know what, when we go air versus air, I want to use my 4+1 card because it gives me a distinct advantage against the other air that is stronger than me and I can make up power. Like, where are you? Like, what are you specifically using it for? Team versus team. It can't be air versus tank. You're not sitting there going, oh, I need this card because I want to be the stronger tank. First of all, we already know there's not as many strong tanks in the game, period. So you're obviously not going to adjust what your goals are based on the fact of trying to beat a tank, number 1. Number 2, you're not using your air team, when you already have an advantage on, to then try to get even a greater advantage somehow to go after that tank, right? Like, it's just you don't really need it as much. You want to take advantage of certain things, your lineup and aligning, but do you really want to make specific 4+1 card adjustments when your options are limited? We only get 4, so your options are limited. So what are you doing? Okay, so think about that. Marinate on why you're actually would be even using this card. So we have the 4+1 card we're testing right now. I have that. The card that I will use no matter what in this is back to Vader's specific question, which is the why am I using T11 black troops instead of white troops now? Because I switched. Well, because I decided to go for defense first, the defense card reduces my wounded rate. right? So let me go into look at some of the stats that I've already gotten. So level 4 of the garrison duration reduces my severe wound rate by 5%. So I've already got that down 5% here, right? Then in addition to that, I have this second defensive card that reduces my severe wound rate by 6%. So right now, my severe wound rate is being reduced by 11%. The white T11 troops, the whole premise of the white T11 troops is to do that, but only do it at 5%. They only reduce your severe wounded rate by 5%. So I effectively not only replaced my white T11 troops, I've doubled the impact of my T11 troops without even using it. Without even using the T. So if you have T10s, if you have whatever, granted, you get power. You do get power, like I talked about, similar that you do with the drone and stuff. Slowly but surely, you'll get power added. But if you're really looking to get the perk of the T11 troops, you can get double the perk of these T11 troops by just using those cards. Because it's all it does, is provide you that. So I've doubled the white. I've stopped using them, and I still doubled what the severe wounded rate does. And by the way, I'm only at 4+1. So I'm only at level 4 on this card. I can take this card all the way to level 8 right now. And if I get a 4+2, if I get a +2 or a +3, I'll take this card to level 10. So I will definitely be using this card until I find out like how much can I do and use. As you can see, I've already gotten enough tactical. I can pick it up another one. Now, will I do this one? I don't know. As we go through, we'll see like which one I'm going to do. I haven't thought about what my next one will be as I continue to raise them all equally, so I can see their impact. There's this defensive support, right, which we'll come back to. So defensive support is basically saying you perform defensive support for another commander's base, alliance buildings, or neutral buildings against enemy commanders on the world map, aka trade posts, banks, different things like that, right? So already my squad's also gaining, without using anything, 7.5% bonus when I'm reinforcing these banks, buildings, and things like that. So the card to me is phenomenal. It replaces the T11 troops. It's better than the T11 troops. It's a 6% already to a 5%. And I'm getting the 7.5% bonus attack, defense, and hit points while I'm defending. So that's my first card. I love it. I love the thought of using that because that's where I'm going to be. This is the second one that I picked, which was to reduce severe wounded rate by 5%. Right? So again, after winning a defensive support battle, right? So same thing, defensive support where I'm in a building. If the squad is under defensive regroup status, which we'll talk about with the core cards, if you're using defensive regroup status, you extend the duration of the defensive regroup by 16 seconds. Now, if you remember yesterday when we were looking, for those of you that were with us yesterday, we talked about this. Remember that was at 4 seconds? And it said that I can't exceed it to 60 minutes. So now, let me show you the core card that I'm talking about. Defensive support and defensive regroup. So while under defensive support for each ally and up to a maximum 10... no, that's the same one. Hold on a second. Where's my defensive regroup card? It's the other shield one. This is it. Okay, defensive regroup. So if you use this card right here, which is called Garrison Defensive Regroup, you use this card, the commander gains the defensive regroup status for 10 minutes, which reduces your severe wound rate by 5%, and squads providing defensive support will immediately return to base. So think about how effective that is. So really, you know how you have to sit there and you could be a long march to places, and you go and support a bank, you do something, or support a building, or whatever you're in. You've been in the seasons, especially season like 2, 3, when you get those long marches. And then all of a sudden your troops die and you got to wait for them to travel back all the way to your base. Basically what this does is they immediately speed back to your base. Like lightning fast. As soon as they're beat, boom, they go right to your base. Which lasts for 10 minutes. So as soon as you get your troops beat, they zoom back into your base and you get that for 10 minutes. But not only do you get that for 10 minutes, but you also, because I'm using the battle card, right? I'm also already added 16 seconds to it for the extent to extend. So when they're there, you can extend the duration by 16 seconds. Now it goes for that for up to 60 minutes, which essentially means the combination of adding little pie pieces to that defensive regroup card plus lifting the level on this card, the combination of them cannot exceed an hour. But as you guys know, if you've been in a battle, an hour is like, holy crap, like that would be ridiculous to have to be in a battle for an hour. Not that they don't happen, but so far the bank battles that I've been in, and I've been in like, I think we've been in actual battles where we're fighting, maybe like 2 or 3 of them, and they lasted for, I don't know, it seemed like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Like they don't last like super long. But I'm sure they could last longer if it's really, if you're combative, like back and forth with a little bit of percentages here and there. So anyway, so clearly this card reduces the severe wound rate by 5%, which is really what I'm after in defensive support anyway, because this replaces the T11 card as well. It's doubled my severe wound rate. And for those of you that are just catching up as far as severe wound rate goes, why that matters, every time you go into your battle report and you look at something, you can come in here and you can see your severe battle report in your statistics. Any players that were thrown to the hospital. So in this one, they lost 1,753 to the hospital. Well, that's the rate that you're dropping for your severe wound rate, that instead of going to the hospital, they're going to your injured. They don't even go into your hospital. So that's really what the T11 troops were doing, and that's really what these troops are doing, that these cards are doing. Not only that, they're doubling it. So now you're at 10%. So, essentially, as they go, by the way, each card can be raised. I think the max each card can go is 10%, which means there's 3 defensive cards available. If you max all of them out and use them, that's 30% severe wound rate by themselves that you can get those cards to reduce. 30% of this number going to your fill in your hospital will just go back to your injured. It will not go to your hospital at all. It won't die. It won't go to your hospital. So it's really beneficial, especially when you're fighting forever in wars and you're losing troops a lot. If you're trying to make your troops last, that was the whole point of the T11 troops. This is way better. Way better. So, all right. So anyway, so that's your defensive cards. Now, in addition to these 2 cards, one thing that shouldn't be overlooked is also any kind of extra random stats that you're getting. So if you look at here, I'm getting increased damage when countered, the durability damage, reduces severe rate in addition here, right? And then I'm using this card, which is a battle streak duration. Now, what does this card do? This card reduces the squad attribute penalty for not being at full capacity by 10%. Okay, 2 things about this. One, we thought originally the attribute penalty, when you think about it outside of the season for the most part, attribute penalty helps the people that are really strong. You can hit one base, and then if you, instead of returning to base, you can keep hitting other bases, and this reduces your attribute penalty from one hit to the next, because it won't, all of a sudden, when you think about it, when you hit one player and then you go to hit a second player, right, you usually drop from like 50 million to, let's say, 45 million after a battle. If you're still on the world map, and then you hit the next person, you're going to drop and you're going to be like 40 million. So if you're going to hit people multiple times and not burn, what this card really does is drop the attribute penalty. Okay, so let's not think of it that way, though. Let's not think of it from a strong person perspective where you only have to be a whale or somebody really strong to hit multiple bases on the world map. Instead, what I want you to think about is you're reinforcing a building. Somebody hits in the base, somebody hits multiple people in that base, right? So you've been hit a little bit. You haven't been hit a lot. You only got somebody nicked you. They just missed you, but they took a little bit of power away from you, so you're still sitting in there and you're about to get hit again. Well, what this is going to do is while you're still defending in that base, this is going to drop your attribute penalty. So although they're going to come and hit you, you're going to be a little bit stronger because that attribute penalty is going to be reduced. Now, this is 10%. So it goes back to Vader's question, why did I switch to T11 troops? Well, it just so happens that the white troops, yeah, I hear you all saying it. Oh, that's right. That's right. The black troops now are reducing the attribute penalty for not being at full capacity by 10%. So now by using that card, I've doubled the effect of the black troops. So now I've doubled the effect of both T11 troops by using my battle cards. I've made my white troops double with the severely wounded rate cards, and I've doubled the attribute penalties that are being reduced with the other card that I'm using. So that's why I switched to the black troops, because 5%, 10%, what makes the most difference, especially since I already doubled the white troops. I'd rather double up when I'm in there to drop my attribute penalty. That's what I'm going with right now. Not to mention, you can do a bunch of different stuff on the Battle Street card. Look at boost load capacity is one of the items that can go up as you increase the levels, as well as my attacking hero defense can go up when using these cards. Okay. Then the last card is 4+1, and again, you reduce the severe wound rate of units and PvP battles, and you boost the load capacity of this by 4.3, as well as, because I have it at level 5 right now, I'm gaining an increase of 3% for attack, defense, and hit points. Okay, so right now, these are the cards that I'm trying out. I will say there are cards that are in the running for me to try that I may do. I may sell these cards. I will keep these cards if I have a duplicate. I will not sell them. I will keep these cards if I can, because I may trade them out. I may sell level 4 and go to another card. Although some of these cards, I'm pretty baked in, I gotta tell you. I'm pretty much going to use this Garrison card, this attribute boost. I love this card. And I do love this card for when I'm in there for the severe rate. I really am kind of like leaning towards a card. I love the attack, the hero defense, it's more about this 10% attribute penalty that I really am liking reducing, especially since I can still raise this up more levels. So yeah, believe it or not, the card that's on the edge right now is the 4+1 card. So will I use it? Will I not use it? A lot is going to hinge on the fact of I've already realized that I don't want to break my missile team up. I don't want to break it up. I don't want to use a mixed squad for my 4+1 with my missile. My missile team, since I got Fiona, is doing quite well. Like, it's really strong. So I've been mixing people in and out of the missile squad to see, but it's working. I still have my world boss lineup in here. So that's not good. And Fiona works better in the middle. But I really wanted to utilize this. So the question is really with my air. And there's a lot of questions that are outstanding with air for me right now for this 4+1 card. It all ties together. And this is where I have some sandboxing stuff to show you that I did today. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback on this when I show you. So first, I don't know what to do with air yet until Morrison comes out. There needs to be some serious sandboxing to figure out what to do. A couple outstanding questions. Does it benefit at all to have full air with Carly? Or is it better to sit Carly on the sidelines? Even if I sit Carly on the sidelines, am I also sitting Sarah on the sidelines? Or if I get Morrison in there, do I want to have Morrison and Sarah and have Sarah enhancing Morrison's firepower? We don't even know Morrison's exclusive yet, right? We don't. It's hard to really jump in here to not know Morrison's exclusive. But I'm just thinking all these they've been very powerful. Fiona's was the best in the game. It completely ruined the game, right? But Stetman's has been very powerful. You got to believe that Morrison's is going to be incredibly powerful as well. So that's a complete guess on my part. We don't know. But if it is powerful, do we want to enhance that with Sarah and not just kick Sarah to the curb? Is she really that good? Or you have the 4+1, do you want to take advantage of that, replace Morrison's damage with Sarah? I love the thought of being offensive with the team, of having, I know we've talked about this for a while, about the high ceilings, though, with putting Diva in the front. But when you can go straight offensive attack here of Diva, Skylar, Morrison with his exclusive, and then maybe Sarah enhancing all of it. So really 3 attackers, 1 buff. Really sounds awesome. in how we're working these teams out. I don't know though if that's the way we want to go, or is it, hey, let's put Morrison in Sarah's spot and let's roll with Murphy in the 4+1 card. Don't know. There's a lot of open questions. So in saying that, I do have a 4+1 battle report to show you from both stages. Goes back to the question I had asked you a few minutes ago, right? So I hope you thought about it. You have like an answer to think about, which is, why do you want to use the 4+1? Is it would it be for air versus air, or is it to counter missile? So first of all, let's take a look at my new tactic cards in action. First of all, had some battles today testing these cards out. And let's look at an air battle that I had as well. So, okay. So, look at this air battle. So this is the 4+1 card. This is with protectors against me. 69.4 versus my 67.4. Right? No gorilla. Just my second team at 67.4. So I'm down 2 million. And I won. Not only that I won, but I won pretty good. Like 1794, right? Like, I mean, I did pretty good in this fight overall. I want you to take a peek at my cards. Remember we looked at them, Woo, yesterday with your fight? Peep these out. Look at the extra combat detail I'm getting from my tactic cards. First of all, I'm trouncing based on my selection of tactic cards, 7.1 to 4.3. That's first of all. Look right off the rip, you can see it, right? Then secondly, look at the stats. I'm getting plus 20% in hit point boost, 20% in attack boost, 20% in defense boost, and I'm increasing the damage when countered by 0.5%. Pretty badass. That's pretty badass to get on these tactic cards. So you got to think like, again, this is air versus air, Murphy, 4+1 card being used against a stronger air. But those tactic cards are no joke and really need to be tested out with, let's say, Morrison as well, right? You can't just swoop and say just a 4+1 card is making any of this happen versus air. Now, I do want to take you and I want you to look at another fight that I had with the same 4+1 card in the 3v3 arena. I just fought. Wait a minute. So I fought. Oh no! I did it again. I did it again, guys. Sorry, pardon my French. I forgot to use my 3v3. I was prepping to show you guys all this stuff and like go over these things, and then I forget to do my 3v3. Sorry, guys. Take a 5. Take a 5. Go get a snack. Go get a snack. I know this is not helpful. I'll give you a heads up. So basically, what I'm going to show you is I did the tactic cards against the missile, and really like when I look at the 4+1 going against missile, it's not helping me. No, nothing is helping me actually. That's kind of my point. My point is really when you think about it, the 4+1 card against missile, do I really care that it's not helping me? Like, do I really think that my air is going to be able to take on a missile and beat missile? Because I don't think so. Like, I don't think that's going to happen anyway. I'm not using the 4+1 card to really think that. And it gets me thinking like, okay, so my air is pretty strong the way it is. And I'm giving up an additional battle card spot with random stats that could be higher with defensive support. And that'll be the next thing we kind of go over is some of the cards that I have left over that I'm thinking about using next. And then also, by the way, we'll look at some of the attack cards because I don't want to just make it like the only way to go is defensive because it's certainly not. There's certainly we started this whole conversation. Everything that we're doing and everything we're talking about tonight the whole basis is off a report that we saw yesterday that was off somebody using them from an attack perspective. And when I think about it from the game, you can see attack perspectives everywhere, right? Very few do people even take up the approach of, hey, let's look at it from a defensive perspective. So I just love taking the flip side of things and trying it out and seeing how it works. I personally look at it and I think it works brilliant. Like I think it's awesome. So how it all plays out, I don't know. In the end, will I use the attack cards, the defensive cards? Right now, it just makes more sense to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? I guess this is from my perspective, right? So what I really like to know, when you're in the season and you're looking at it from your perspective and you're fighting and you're doing whatever, are you looking to take more of a whack from, are you looking to, in your alliance, do you know that you're going to have more power attacking, or are you defending more? Are you sitting in buildings and finding yourself in more of a defensive approach? Or are you just struggling to even get the building at all and you need more attack? Like what's more meaningful to you? All right, easy. I like easy. There you go. Easy all over to defense. I like it. And 3% for each change, so you get double. Correct, easy. Yep. Exactly. That's why when you saw it was plus 20, you saw it was plus 20%. Where is this? Where is this? There, blah, blah, blah. Well, I never know with TGO. Woo. Do the defense cards work everywhere? Arena work? Yes. They'll work everywhere. Your tactic cards work everywhere. That's a great. I mean, I guess that's a good question for you mean for like the defensive regroup, because it says I know the tactic cards work in like arenas in different spots, or outside like the in 3v3, or it's showing me the stats, and I know like the march speed and different aspects of the card work. I guess the answer to your question, I don't know, because some of them say on the world map, like defense is on the world map. So I don't know, because technically you're not in the winter storm, like you're not considered on the world map. I think that's why they make those specific. So I think it really depends on the card. You have to read the card carefully. Listen, there's no doubt every time we join each other and we have this conversation in the community, we always say that the wording of these things could certainly be better. I don't think there's any time we haven't thought that, right? So, but I will tell you that if you look at your battle reports, like everywhere that I've looked at my battle reports, they show the tactic cards are showing in the battle report that they're making a difference in the actual fight and in the battle report. So, so to me that's a yes. That they're working. Now I haven't had a chance to use my new design report in Winter Storm yet, or any of the outside. So once I'm able to do that and we can take a look at those reports, I'll be able to kind of show you some of the reports from there and whether they work. I mean, for example, you guys know that I've shown you some of these reports that I have from here that come out differently because people are using the profession experience to lift up the 3v3, the arena, the different stats. You showed at the very bottom of the report where you switch to war leader. If people are getting a boost in the arena 3v3, you'll see like a giant advantage. You'll see like 900 number or something outrageous because they upped the 3v3 or something where they're getting a bonus from the percentages. So that's where it shows. If it's in play, it'll be on your battle report. So if it's not in play, then you won't see it in your battle report. It won't reflect those additional numbers that you're getting. So I can't believe I forgot to do this again. I'm just like absolutely ridiculous. So dumb. It's a dopey dope. Dopey dope. Oh man. Well, I hope you guys did yours tonight and you didn't forget. So dumb. And I have no choice because I told you. And what do I say? I sit there and I say like, oh yeah, I don't want to bother, wasting my time doing this for you guys, and like you don't want to sit here and watch this and blah blah blah. And then what do? I keep forgetting to do it. And I need my damn valor. I can't not do it. You have to do it no matter what, whether you win, lose, whatever you got. You have to do it. By the way, as a side note, listen, I'm getting a little tired of facing 81 now. I'm all 81 now. Okay, enough already. Like at face 81, friggin' Root in his squad, LNL. Like enough. Like it's been just constant. Like, dude, give us somebody different. I don't care. Like, if you're gonna have us fight, then have us fight like for real. Instead, you got us in these fake environments constantly. Like, I'm all for facing it for real, but like, this fake environment we've done this our third time in a row against 81. Third time we did 3v3, then we did arena. Now we're back 3v3. I mean, just mix it up. Like, I don't really care if you're gonna pick strong teams, but like, mix it up for crying out loud. I'd like to look at different people's reports, and I get tired of the same people there doing it. I guess it gives me a chance to cut out the variables and have you give me more consistency. But it's just like, Jesus, it's been 5 straight weeks now that we've had the same friggin' teams. Like, dude, how many teams are there in this game that you can't, and you expanded our servers. So, like, why you gotta pick the same damn ones? It's crazy. It's completely wild. Okay. At least I'm gonna get through it tonight. Remember last night I was like, oh my god, last night I was crazy. Like, I was down to the last, like, I think I had, 1 minute left last night? Oh my god, I only got 3. I talk about it, and now I only have 3 minutes. I thought I had more. Good thing I realized it when I did, because if I didn't realize it when I did, I wouldn't have made it. All right, 3 more. Root. 2 against Root. Root. Ugh. By the way, we should probably look. I just faced like 4 whales. Why don't we look and see? I don't know what the whales are using for tactic cards. We might as well take a peek into the world of the whale to see what they're using. Not necessarily by the way that a whale needs to use tactic cards to make a difference. So they might not weigh in them as much as like examining as somebody like as much as I do. And they may not geek out like I do either and give a crap and say, hey, that's why I spend money, so I don't have to look at this crap. Could absolutely be what they say. No clue. What did I end up? 8th? All right, so I'm 8th. I'll take 8. Let's look. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see what they're doing here. What is Root using for tactic cards? Let's see. Our first whale of the evening. What is he using? All right. So Root. Oh, where is he? He's on the right. Okay. Root is using. Oh, Root's using the same card I am here. Oh, Root, look at this. I'm all dialed in. I'm all wheeled. Oh, no. He's using the attack. He's using the attack gun card. Now, I was like, oh, look at this. Guy's actually he's still using the zombie card. He's killing zombies. Oh, so I have 2 out of the 3 cards that Root is using. Because he's using this card, the battle streak duration, and he's using this card. Reduce the squad attribute penalty. He's using the victory cap. That's not the one I'm using. He's using the attack one. The victory cap. Reduce the squad attribute penalty for not being... Oh, the attribute penalty for 8%. So he's using all attribute penalty ones. 10%, 8%. Oh, he's going full on attribute. I mean, it makes sense, right? If you're a whale, that probably makes the most sense because you're in there trying to last as long as you can. If you knock him down by 20 million, he's still at 80 million squad. If you then knock his attributes down, he's probably got like an 85 million squad back. So it makes a lot of sense for him to try to get all of these attribute penalties down. And then he's using a morale boost for after each. All right, so let's see how his. Oh, I don't know. Oh, so I'm even from an attack. So guys, remember, I was only had defensive cards. So if you guys are wondering how I would do against attacking, I still get a boost from attacking. I was the attacker here. I got 6%, 6%, 8.5%. So I'm still getting attack as well from using these card lineups. That's pretty cool. All right, so that's one whale. Let's see, crazy. Let's see what the deer is up to. Deer's cards are also the battle streak duration one. So everybody appears to. Oh no, is that me? Oh, she attacked me. Okay, so I'm on defense on this one. So she's using the 4+1. This bullet one, which we will go over, this is the counter card. So increase the damage dealt and reduce damage when you're countered. This is for severe wounded rate. I think there's better cards than this, by the way, for defensive battle. I looked at this card. This is the other defensive card. This is the one that didn't make it into my group. Again, when raised up, you'll get the severe wounded rate for the defensive group one. But we'll see. Quick stride, increasing march speed. Yeah, I'm not. I'll never increase the march speed for the battle cards when I can do that. So let's see. Yep. So I'm getting a clear advantage here, right? She's reducing the damage taken. So damage reduction is really good. On here, she got 10%. That's a lot. For damage reduction, and then my hit point. This one is the one I like, but attacking, and I'm getting a defense boost for 17%. So that's her cards. Let's see. We got Hulkster. Let's look at the Hulkster last and see what we got here. Hulk is using. See his lineup. Is this attack? Okay, so this is me attacking him. He's got quick. He's using the speed. This is the speed. Increasing his. So every time he increases his march speed, he gets attack, defense, and hit points. So in a environment like this card won't work as well from here. But obviously outside, he will be able. He's using the 4+1. In his 4+1, what was his team here? Marshall, yeah. So he's using Adam with his tank squad. Okay. And he's using, Murphy. Okay, so he's using the 4+1. All right, and then he's using the counter card, 2.5%. And the zombie, right now, the zombie killer. So I think it's very interesting because once everybody starts killing these zombies, you can see his Purgatory card and his zombie card. All these things are going to stop being used eventually. They're in stiff competition to try to kill the highest zombie. So I don't think they'll get rid of their zombie card obviously as quick as I did. And my man King over here, he incredibly strong, often forgotten about. He is I spitball with him all the time on stuff like this. And he's got the same card I have with the gun and the brick. Oh no, what am I talking about? I'm not looking at his. He's using the march speed as well. Card that Hulk had, so he's not going to get anything from this one. 4+1, counter reversal, and zombie card, which will go away. So he's not getting as much of impact on this for defensive. But number one, he's got more offensive cards, and number two, some of them are going to be impacted more on a world map than they are in this fake environment. And let's be honest, like they don't really need help in this environment anyway. I mean, for the most part, they're going to be top 3, 4 for all of them. They don't really need that much help. But all right, let me get to your questions. Let's see. Okay. Even to do the defensive cards work, I went all defensive cards. All right, Chicken Charlie's got all defense. Woo's gonna redo them. What are you doing, Woo? Are you doing defense or offense? Chicken Charlie, with the gold cards, do you max out one card and then move to the next? No, Chicken Charlie. I've been splitting. I've been splitting my cards. And I don't know necessarily. I haven't solidified because I also like the defensive regroup card. So I like the defensive card here for the demolition expert because it goes together. So this one, after using the skill, I gain demolition expert for 10 minutes, which increases my damage for 6%, and increases my mark speed towards whatever I'm damaging by 12%. So I used this card because I literally just got it, but I actually I like this card, the other bomb card, which is this one, which is the defending one, and this is the one that after destroying the ruins, unit morale is increased by 7.5% for 3 minutes while under demolition expert, which is the demolition expert that I have. So if you use the cards together, your squad morale is increased by 7.5% while you're under this. But it's for 10 minutes. And I do this card here is for the counter defense on mine, which is the defensive support we talked about, the regroup card we were talking about goes along with my other battle cards. And it's very possible that you see me with both defensive cards instead, and I go full on defense with this card, because right now I have the other defensive card here, and it works with defensive regroup. My battle card works with defensive regroup. So it certainly makes sense if I invested and used the defensive regroup, which you get the status for 10 minutes. It reduces your severe rate by 5%, and the squads will immediately return to base. And this gets extended out as well as your percentages. So I will tell you that, you think about what's more impactful, getting more hits in to be able to get in faster, or when you hit, have it count more. Like, honestly, it's difficult when you think about it, because if I can get in faster, if I'm far away for some reason, and it takes me a while to get to these into the base or into the different things, it's so much easier for me when I get it back immediately to shoot my number one team out there. I'm actually going to use less troops, because what happens to me a lot is if I'm sending my first squad out, I'm going to then, my first squad's coming back and it's taking time, I need to immediately go and I get my second squad in there. My second squad is just less than my first squad. It's just, they're not close. Like, I mean, they are, but they're not. Like, you know, my missile squad is still, it's my number one team, and it's like 78.6 right now. So just using my first squad, if you have to go to your second squad, it's just less. You guys know out there, like, you know, you're building your one squad. You know, so you're trying to send your first squad in, and the more times you can send your first squad in, the better, right? And when you got to go down to your second squad, you're likely taking a big dip in how strong that is. But are you going to just sit there and do nothing and wait for your one to come back to you slowly, or are you sending your second one? My guess is, and especially when I watch people in Winter Storm, when they send like 3 friggin' squads at me, you guys are sending your second squad out to defend. And how beneficial is that really? Because you know your second squad isn't as strong, so you know you're going to sit in there, you're going to get a whack, you're probably losing a crap ton of troops. As opposed to, imagine if I instantly gave you your first squad back and you got to send your first squad again. It'd just probably be way more impactful for you over like a 10-minute period of time, doing way more damage on there in the long run than having to use your second team. So think about that as far as when you look at cards and go, I want to attack more. I want a little bit of percentages to up my attack. Well, guess what? If you get your first squad back and you're attacking with your first squad instead of your second squad multiple times, you did increase your attack by just getting that squad back faster. So think about it from that perspective too. But anyway, so really going back into the tax cards, that's really where I am as far as testing these night. Now, I'll continue to run comparison tests. I was getting into this. I was actually going to show you guys a comparison test of one that I was looking at right before I came on, which was Rich. Right here. So Rich hit me. And if I look at D right here, missile against my mixed air. So I have a report from yesterday from Rich where he hit my mixed air. The other thing, by the way, is this a glitch or is this me? So see where Diva is here? Now, what position is this? Because I know this as the 1 position, right? The one on the left is in the 1 position. If you look at it like, if you kind of like slanted yourself, this is the position, right? This is on the left. This is the right. Because I don't know what's going on, but it's like this in here in the report where she's on the right, but then when I go and look at it here, she's on the left. I swear I'm losing my mind, or it's or it's the Mandela effect or something like that. And I always thought it was left and whatever. But is that not surprising you guys? Is that how your reports look? Because it was freaking me out. I was like, what the heck's going on? I don't know. Anyway. So look at his report. So I just upped. I did the tactic cards, right? The 4+1. I increased the level of 4+1. I did my tactic cards. You can see here. Here's the look at the difference. I got the difference of all the tactic cards 20. I'm getting my boost, my attack boost here from my cards. And then you come in, and my damage to him really has not changed from yesterday. So it was 1693 tonight, and yesterday it was 1696. So it hasn't done a damn thing when I'm going air versus missile. So when I just talk air versus missile, which again I was trying to figure out, like, am I really going to spend time in trying to make my team stronger by fighting from this perspective from a stronger player who has a good missile team? Do I want to make my air stronger? Because that's really what the 4+1 card when I'm looking at it, as opposed to some of these other things as we get in here, which I'm going to go over. When we look at the 4+1 cards, you look at, okay, what are you leaving on the table by not using it? So you've already seen a few different cards, people using the counter reversal card, and upping that one. We've seen the other defensive card here that we have. We have 2 defensive cards. We have really just this one, the purple. This one also reduces your severe wound rate, but it's only 1%. And then this defensive one, you get a bunch of random attributes that can come from the card, but you end up with, again, this is just a severe wound rate by 2% in here for this card. So then you get into offensive if you want to flip the script. And really, you're going to use this. You saw this one running, which is attribute boost, which is reducing the squad attribute penalty, not being at full capacity. So again, very similar to what this one does for me. Reduces the squad attribute penalty of 10%. You can double up on that from an attack perspective when you're using the attack cards. And then also you have This one, which reduces the squad attribute penalty for not being at 4%. These all go up, so you can really reduce that attribute penalty like you saw Root doing at 30%. I think that there's clearly benefit to how you look at this and how you want to approach it from reducing your attribute penalties when you're getting hit over and over again in a building, and your team is stronger every hit you get. However, I will also say this for you that you have to think about. Oftentimes, when you support a building, are you supporting a building and you're sitting in it and you're just thrown out by the first hit? Are you often surviving 2 hits? Because if you're not, then attribute penalty probably isn't something that you're going to be concerned with. You're probably going to want to lift either your defense or your attack up and not worry as much about your attribute penalties. If you're just immediately thrown out of a building, then I don't want you to really focus too much on attribute penalties. For those of you out there that listen that are a little bit stronger, and you need to hold up in a building and stay in there, then yeah, I think attribute penalties can certainly come into play for you to decide which direction you want to go. Also, the bomb cards, right? So if we're talking about buildings where we spend a lot in the season in here for these, and really, guys, I'm talking more about the season because honestly, when we get into battle cards and resource cards, we only use them in the season. Once we get out of the season, they take away the battle cards and resource cards. So all we really need to worry about is the season. That's why we got to focus on it. So when you look at the bomb cards, you're increasing your durability damage. And this is going to go up as well, right? And then also you're getting percentages for random stats for defending hero. Again, you're increasing your durability damage as you raise this card. And you're increasing your durability damage when you release this card. You're also raising your defensive cards, your defensive stats on these cards. So this is another way to look at it as well from using those cards. The last one would be the speed cards, where you're just increasing your march speed. More, again, world map, less about being necessarily in the building, and it's about hitting. This probably isn't speaking to a lot of you because you're not using quick march speed, would be my guess for the majority of you that are from free to play to mid spender. You're not probably using any quick march when you're actually attacking buildings or attack. You're probably just attacking in general and normal. So I don't really think necessarily the community as a whole necessarily is too focused on quick march speed. However, if you are really stronger and you do use more quick speed marches and you get into that, these clearly are in play. As you can see, the whales like to use these cards. They also diamond speed around and do different things to lift them up. They also use the speed core card because they use diamond speed to go around and attack things and raise their morale up. They're throwing 30k diamonds at every fight that we're doing just from speeding around. So they oftentimes eject themselves out of a building, speed to get their diamond speed to get their troops back, and then diamond speed to put them back in. All kinds of crap going on. That really isn't in my life either. Believe me, I'm not doing any of this stuff. Hey, Toro, welcome in. Glad to have you back. What the world is watching. That's right, Ant. It's what the world is watching. What the world is watching is geeked out tactic cards people. Hey, at the end of the day, you're going to be the most experienced tactic card people that you know, because that's all we do is deep dive into these tactic cards. They're just so important in the season. I mean, look at the percentages that I'm getting from these battles. You're missing out if you're not enhancing these cards, right? So it's just very important to talk about and deep dive and figure out what you want to do and how you want to align yourself for these battles and go in. And I'm sure every day that you watch, I'll be switching these around and I'll be trying different cards. And what I would say is, because we get so many card packs and so many duplicates, for the most part, even 4+1s, I have gotten so many 4+1 cards. I don't throw them out when they're duplicates of these real cards that I like, because you never know when you want to just dismantle. You have to use a damn thing to dismantle a purple card and sell it and reuse it. If for some reason you need the extra tactical pieces. As we move forward, hopefully I'm able to have enough to max out a bunch of these cards, and I can actually move the cards around and use them depending on the scenarios and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a reality or not. So we shall see. I'll tell you, this is I mean, I don't have the damage card, this bomb card that we were just talking about right here. The oops, sorry. I don't have this battle card here, but look at this. It increases your durability damage by 1% when you get this card, and you're increasing the durability damage for these cards. But look at the card. It durability damage is really already being used at 3.5%. And I haven't even finished raising the levels up. So you're also getting the durability damage while you're getting the severe wound rate down, in addition to gaining attack, defense, and hit points. So I really like that card. Again, this is another card, Garrison Duration. This one gives you the damage when you're countered. So random set comes here. You get the countered card built into this card as well. This one's only 0.5%, but as we raise up the level, I don't know what it'll end up being. But so in any case, hopefully that's enough for tactic cards tonight. Are we fighting? I didn't think we were fighting tonight. I didn't think we had. Oh, I guess we are. All right. Let me go in here and welcome an attack. See if I can get somebody to attack me, being in the mud. Oh, come on. Yeah, the other thing is communication, by the way, 5-day. One of the things that we talk about, you really want to communicate with your team. Use the markers, use the labels. Map season 5 is incredibly confusing. There is a million things going on. You have so much property that you can take, you cannot take. I would highly recommend you ask your R4 and R5 to mark up the map so everybody knows exactly what we're doing, and then also putting that out there, like the markers as far as where they should be depositing their bank, how long we're going to hold on to property, and all that stuff. So anyway, so yeah, I say 5 days for the bank schedules as you enter into season 5, because you can put your money in 1 day, 3 day, 5 days, and what happens is your team could really cause dissension. You're having to drop things and move about. So the communication is not only important from your alliance, but also the other teams that are around you on your same server. They can plunder your bank. So you also want to communicate to them to say, hey guys, don't touch our bank for the next 2 days. Even though we're leaving this property, please don't touch it, because you're going to plunder our money that's sitting in there, the crystal gold that's sitting in the bank. As long as you can leave the bank, you can make your deposit and you can leave the bank, and your money is still good. The interest is still being earned on your bank straight through your deposit tickets. So you don't instantly lose your deposit by giving up the bank. However, if a team comes in after you and then takes that bank, they can plunder your stuff. And I could have gotten out of here like an hour ago. I'm sitting here camped out, let people in. So you want to make sure that you give them the opportunity, to know what your game plan is, and it's all about communication. The servers that are, listen, there's going to be dissension. I'm telling you, there's so many moving pieces around the map for season 5. It's less like everyone said boring and battle, whatever. If you're organizing and you're strategic in what you're trying to do and your approach, every day is not going to be boring. I can assure you of that. If you're a member just being told what to do as far as come along, hey, we're taking this, we're doing that, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can see how that can be a little bit, make you anxious because you want to fight. You want to do different things as far as that goes. But it's really important that everybody just communicates and gets stuff out and understand where we're at from your server, from the different teams on the server, who you're aligning with. Just be on the same page. There's some teams maybe you're not going to like, and that's fine. That's easy. When there's a team you don't like, that's very easy. You don't really care. But when you get along, you want to make sure that the communication is all the time. And the game gives you so many markers to tell your team what to do. So we've talked about this in the past about rewards, having a conversation with your team. Just make sure your team knows what the hell is going on. The last thing you want is that your team just has zero clue what the hell's happening right now. And it's very easy to do. It's so easy to do because I'm telling you, there's a million different properties. So you just have to communicate. And listen, this season is not like, oh, day 1 we communicated. Oh, day 3 we talked to everybody and told you what to do. Oh, yeah, last week. No, guys. Every single day is going to be a new strategy and a new plan. And it needs to, you're going to talk about in R4, R5, everybody's opinions. What we did, and I can't tell you how important this is, pick 2 people that you trust with strategy. What we did is throw out there and say, who wants to be part of the strategy team for season 5? People step up and say, I do, whatever, right? So when they do that, that's cool. And the reason why you do that, one of the things that you stop confusion on is dropping property and picking up property. You don't want people to accidentally drop something. You don't want people to pick something up by accident. In order to get around all that nonsense is, if you have only one person that's doing that, 2 people that does that, you won't have that problem. If you have a specific strategy team, then those people are going to be responsible for the communication. So you don't have, oh, I thought you were telling them. Oh, I thought you don't have any finger pointing going on. And there's specific people that are in charge of that. Now, the strategy team will probably come and ask, what do you want to do this? Should we blah, 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 and spitball and have input on certain things and aspects because your season as far as you're impacting, but you really need to make sure that there's specific roles that are set. And if you have strategy people, support them and follow them. Just support your team. That's the best thing you can do. Don't think that I could have done a better job and whatever. Then just go to another team. Go to another server, But I think you just have to make sure you're supportive of your team. And this season is really, I'm telling you, it's so in depth with planning, organizing, and really strategy. To be honest with you, you're seeing the train. We talked about the train, simplistic, right? But if you study it, you look at it, there's actual ways to do it. Investing in the banks, complete strategy and how you're doing that. Plundering. Which banks are you going to plunder? Complete strategy. Complete strategy in how you're going to plunder. In which banks you're going to plunder and what direction you're going to go. What teams are you going to, are you pursuing? Are you maybe going to be friends with? Are you not going to be friends with? Who are you how are you plotting? Your end game and what you're doing. So there's just so much strategic plan. And then on top of that, I haven't talked the tactic cards. There's strategy around those coffee factories, right? And getting your coffee factories up, using your zombie cards to getting those up. So if you just come in and just start pushing buttons, you can get through season 5. But I will also tell you, it's what you make of it. There's plenty of opportunity here to do things better and maximize the fun of the season. So it's all up to you. How you want to do it. Okay. I have to just waiting for this to finish for capture because then we plunder the money that's in there. So, happened once early days for what happened, Woo? What happened? You invested, somebody took your money? That's right, Ant. Tactic cards make all the difference. They really do. I will tell you, even from a plundering, like I told you, there's strategy on plundering. I will tell you, if you go around a lot of these banks all the way around, right? Most people have gotten pretty smart how they invest their money. So if you go in here to find, you won't find banks with a lot of money. Like this bank right here that's owned by them has 144,000 in it. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. And you're going to find that a lot of teams don't really have that in here. This one as well. 318 is a lot. This is actually a lot that's in here. 318 is actually a lot compared to what some of them are doing. I don't know when their word declaration. It looks like they're going to be safe for the next 7 hours. So they might have also strategically that may go way down in the next 7 to 10 hours before you can actually attack them. 294 again, same team. Probably they have 10 hours before they can go up. So my guess is that that's probably going to go way down. You'd be surprised how far that goes down. Like that'll probably be 110,000, 120,000 after the next 10 hours because they're just not a ton. There's 42 people left in here, and they could have easily gone. Because if not, then you know who will be dipping their grubby hands on all that, Crystal? Is going to be Vader over there. Vader is waiting to dip his grubby hands on some of UOU's money. Vader wants to attack. So what? And when you think about how you plunder this money, for those that haven't done it yet, you take over the bank. So the first thing you want to do is capture the bank. You need to fight over the bank. Once you finish your fight over the bank, you have to actually own the bank before the timer expires. If you can hold out, if the owner of the bank can defend and let the timer run out, they continue to own the bank. You have to get to 100% before the timer runs out. If you do, as soon as you gain 100%, the bank opens, you own it, and the bank opens for plundering. So you immediately have to go and send all your teams in, and your team starts plundering it. Plunder, 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 plunder. So that's what I'm waiting for right here. And you'll see this is at 80%. Once we're at 100%, immediately you turn around, you own it, and there's money in here right now. There's 100,000 in here. So this gets to be plundered now. There's only 21 people left. But I think we owned this bank, so I think it's our money. Yeah, this is just, we're just retaking the bank. So we own it. So typically when this counter is done here, this 80 whatever percent, that's when you can plunder it. But I don't think anybody should be plundering this, to be honest with you. Everybody should just leave the bank alone. Because it's your own player's money. I don't even know if it lets you plunder your own bank, to be honest with you. But my receipt is not up yet. I still have money left in here. Tomorrow, what I'm going to try to do, if I'm able to, is tomorrow is trade post fights. So I'll do my best to see if I can stream some of that live for you. I may not be able to. But if I am, I will pop on and try to show you some of our trade posts. If not, then we'll be reviewing on Wednesday night which trade posts we were successful in getting. Yeah, so see, now it's 100%, and now we own it. So that should be the end of it. Why are we plundering our own money? I don't understand, but. Well, I did have money in here, but in any case, I'm sure I pulled plenty of my money out at this point. And now I'm going to do my 5-day deposit because the team tells you it's a 5-day bank. So since we know we're going to hang on to it, I can go ahead and deposit your 5-day money in there. So done deal. I'm sure that's it. Typically, we take one at reset and one. This. By the way, the other thing is this opened up now. Our server opened up to be able to transfer between the two servers. So no, we had it here. They moved. I went to teleport out, and it's right here. I got my deposit receipt. Looks like I got money back. See all the money that I plundered right here? So I got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5. Look at this. It won't roll. 6. Can't roll. Oh, there we go. I think I got 6. I got 6. 7. 7,000. 7,000 more. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know. I know it's heavy on Season 5 tonight, and I definitely want to get into tactic cards. I will go through now. We'll just take a look at reset here. Let's go run our show here. All right. Let's see what we're going to do. By the way, I'm 1.8 million away from my VIP 17 status. I did not use my honor points because I promised you I would tell you how many I got and where we made them, so you can know. I don't remember how many I had last night, but tonight I have 141. I'm up to 141,000 honor points. So I don't think that's much different, to be honest with you, from where we were last night. But I did not get my prints yet. I have prints. I don't need to get them right now. I'll hold out and I'll keep collecting the honor points. All right. I also have a core card right here. I can actually get whatever card I want. I'm holding off because I don't know yet what I want. This would add a piece to the star of the tactic card, so I'm holding off on doing that. Caffeine Institute, is it? Oh, almost. Look at this. I'm 71,000 away from that. All right, let's go into our Thanksgiving week. Did we get enough? Did we get our tomorrow? Tomorrow we get our deco. All of you. All right. Don't need anything here. We got our monthly pass. I think there's less than 3 days remaining. Oh, okay, got it. Weekly. Okay, we got to do our weekly again. Every weekly, for those that don't know, always the same every week. I do these three, which is I love the drone 200, and you can't beat it for me. 15 was what I think it's like 4. Is it like 420? I think 420 for $20. Really good deal. I do the drone components weekly, and then I also do the T11 material. I do not do gold. I do not need gold, so I don't do that. So I only spend 15. Okay. Done with that. Now, what do we have? Anything for season 3? Trade. I'm gonna do trade later, as we talked about earlier. I have to study, guys. I gotta study. I can't just. I'm on a roll. I gotta see if I can get a streak going for all this stuff. Pass beans. So the other thing is, I'm just now stuck collecting beans because until I'm at 301,000, until I can get this institute to level 50, that's the next move. Then I will start working on my protector field at level 50. This is where the beans will go. So right now I can upgrade this protector field to the next level if I had it, but I don't have this to 50 yet. So I'm just cruising along, waiting until I can get enough beans or enough cups to actually do it. The beans aren't doing anything for me right now, but I mean, they'd be looking at it from a short-term perspective because they're clearly going to do plenty for me as we move forward. Once I can lift those protector fields up. And man, I am interested. I cannot wait to lift those protector fields up to see. Because right now, I think they're increasing by about 2 million. I think they're increasing. So that's at level 10. So I can't wait to see as we move forward. All right, so glittering event. A long time in the making here for the glittering market, because I did not have the glittering market last week. It was skipped on us, or it was two weeks. Last week we had bounty. We were supposed to have glittering. They skipped. Then they gave us bounty, and now glittering. I personally think they got us on somebody else's schedule because they combined us with other servers. So I think they put us on the same schedule for these with those other servers that we now have added into our window. I don't know how far. I gotta find out how far these servers actually go now, so I know. But what will I be getting from my glittering event? I get excited about. Well, first, I'll get the luxury choice chest every day, but then this is just diamonds, so you use it. But this is what I want. I gotta get my purple, and that's 600. And then gonna always get your red prints, which is gonna be 3,000. So I don't know. I don't know how much I'll be doing for that. I know that I need 600 right now, and I also need to get the components. I get this every day, which is like 100, so that's probably like 500 or 600 more. So will I come back to get the prints? Don't know. Not sure yet. Typically I don't get the T11 material. I get it. I don't get it there. Here is I usually only spend on this for the material. I get materials and the core for 25,000. this cheaper in here? Is it cheaper? I don't know if it's cheaper in here. I have not bought T11 material in the glittering market. So 10 cores, 10K. Let's see. 40, which is what? So you can get for $5. For $5 you get 20 cores. So I guess at $5, I mean, it's not cheaper. It's not cheaper because in with the event you're getting only 15 cores, but then you're also getting the material and you're also getting the chest. So I think I get the 5 to 10 and I'll get the 20. Is what I usually get. And now we can see what we move tonight. Okay, yep. Let it train. Okay. Missile is at 78.63. 78.63. Level up. Actually, hold on. Did I get all my material out of here? I didn't think I came in. Nope. So hold on. Okay. All right, now I'm ready. All right, let's see, we're at 24, now we're at 25, 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. All right, so I was able to go 12%, 13%, 14%. 0.05. 0.05. Boss, how far can I make it? 14,875. Well, I can beat that one. Now we're getting closer. All right, I can beat that one. Yep. It's kind of wild that when you look at the rankings, how far everybody is. Oh, wait, me and Rich are tied now. So Rich was a little bit ahead of me. Now we're tied. But guys, this is insane. The fact that King, Deer, and Hulk are this far is insane. I know that they already uncovered the second one, and I think it's like I think I saw somebody who had the second one. I think it's probably about 1.4 million per team to go from the first one to the second one. I think from this one to this one, what for me to finish this, I think it's like 1.4 million or something like that. I think so, or somebody had actually. I think it's just for where I am to the rest of it. I think it's like 1.4 million because somebody had like a 1.2 million advantage on me, and they had the second one unplugged. I mean, you just saw like it took me one day to go, 14%, 13%. It's gonna take me a lot longer to go any further from where I am, because I'm not really going crazy pushing this thing right now. But the fact that I'm on level 6. I'm on what was that? What did I have? Level 6. I'm on level 6. What, 6, 7? So I've completed 6, 6, 6, 7. Or I'm on 6, 7. There's 100 of every level. So even King finished 100 of level 6, 100 of level 7, and he's on level 8. Hulk did all level 8. He's on level 9 now. I mean, it's wild. I mean, just that's another planet. It's complete another planet. How far that is. But I mean, I don't know what they're actually. I can tell you. You can look at what their T11s are getting from me. I don't know what. So just for T11s, he has 16.5. So he is almost 2 full million ahead of me in T11s. Just in that. So, I mean, that'll just show you, though, to me, like, it's not that big a deal to me. I can't, you know how much money it would cost me to make up this, to get to that point for that 2 million? Like, it's incredibly expensive. I would have to empty out the glitter market. It's probably, it's got to be thousands of dollars to just get to this point right here for the 2, to get to that 16.5. So, I'll slow roll it. There's too many other things to worry about. It ain't gonna be the T11s that I'm pressing. So I pressed it earlier. I pressed it earlier. I didn't necessarily want to press them earlier, to be honest with you. I did it to try to show what the actual T11s were, like the what the power advantages of were. But like we've been sitting here, and anybody can like catch up to us now because me and Rich talk all the time, and we're just slow rolling it. So we aren't getting any additional in the glitter event. Pay up to the $20, so we'll get pay like $35 a month to get the additional, and then we get the same material that you're getting out of the store, unless they have a battle pass or something like that. Get the battle pass for it, but not focused on T11 materials. Got other stuff to worry about. Can't worry about everything. Got the gorilla and your drone and your gear, and it's like too much stuff. Got to prioritize. Is that what else we got tonight? Oh, construction. I don't think I have enough for construction. 23 days is not enough. Next week. So my drill grounds are actually going to level 35. Can you believe it? I mean, all that time that I was sitting there that I had to wait to drop the purple, I'm finally increasing my drill grounds to level 35. Wild. Wild for that. Okay. That is the only thing that I have that I'm still putting together from yesterday. I got a few more because I was comparing kind of where we were from our sandboxing that we were doing. So I'm putting together these. I think, what is this? Tong. I had 3. So we had the Fiona weapon that we put in here to see the difference. The first one was where is this? Air. Here's the missile. Missile on missile. So it was 1270 damage that we took. And then I took 1615 with the Fiona 30 in here. And this one I was able... Wait, is this... Oh, he went tank on missile. He didn't do my missile on missile. Why is that? Huh. Could I have beaten him? That's weird. Here's my tank squad. Here's my air squad. Here's my missile against his tank. He allowed me to beat him. Let's go look at Tong. Why did he do that? So I was 16-15. Now he's got me thinking, did I do well against him? You know what? It's probably gone. It's all new tonight. Interesting. I wonder if he's doing that again tonight. I attack Tong. Here. Oh no, I attack Tong. Oh, here we go. I defended against Tong. Oh, here he is. This is my new battle card, so I haven't even got a chance to put this on the thing, so it's fresh off the presses to see if there's any difference. It's actually less. It went down. It went down. My tank versus tank, I took 16. The first two I took were 1270. Then I took 1615. And now I took 1424. Inconsistent. Same layout. No difference. No different. Actually, I made the difference. Okay, so this is interesting. I forgot I did this. So this is good. So what I did was, if you can see here, I started with Fiona in the 5 spot. And I had 1270 I took from him. Then I moved her to the 3 spot, and it was 1615. So this time I said, okay, I'm going to push her in the middle. And I went in between 1424. So the best spot for her in the lineup was in the 3 spot against him. And I mean, that's I also have to mirror where he has Fiona. So it's really the best spot was, if you look at it from this perspective too, would have been the best spot was Fiona on Fiona. And then I don't know, I'll have to. He's going with a front. He's going with the front hero. Did you keep that? Yeah. He's going with the Swift in front as well. So I can switch. So from a Tong perspective, we can switch. I got to look at the other ones to see how the other reports played out. But I will say now, for purposes of seeing, we'll switch these two. So we have Swift here versus him. Maybe we'll put Swift in front and see how we do with Swift in front. And we'll match him with Adam. And we'll mirror his lineup and see if we do better. Done. All right. We'll take the battle report. See that tomorrow. If that's better. Swift in front makes it inconsistent. You're 100% right. Oh, you know what? You're right. It could be, here I am adjusting mine. It could 100% be that the front hero strategy is just inconsistent, which I've always said. When you look at it, it could have. Well, let's look. I mean, it's going to show me where, I don't know. Let's look at his where his numbers came from. He's got 2 reports right here. Actually, we can look at both of his reports that he ran right here. So let's look at his tank on tank. Let's take a look at the and then let's look at this one. He ran back to back. All right, what do we have for number 1671? Oh, there you go right there. There's your inconsistency, my man. Easy. 1671 for the second time we fought. And the first time we fought, it was what, 14? 1424. It almost matched the other one, the 16. And here it is right here, 16. Yeah. Just that inconsistent front hero. 23. So this was the first one. This was the first one that he didn't lose as much. And he has less damage by Swift on this. Tesla dropped 3. Variability with Swift and Fiona in mine by a few million anyway. 6 million for Swift. 3 million for him. Man, he just levels my team no matter what you do. I really should throw Marshall in here and see if there's a difference. To see the difference. I really should try that instead. But see, the difference is now with what we were talking about before when I used to use the Marshall strategy was Fiona would be out, right? Now I got Fiona exclusive 30. So I'd have to go completely offensive, which that's what I see a lot of people doing with their 4+1. My tank sucks anyway, and everybody beats me in tank, so there's no harm for me to throw that to the wolves. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's do the defense. Let's start running around and trying it. All right. Where does he have? Who does he have? How's his little lineup? I don't want to put Marshall against Adam. Let's get rid of Fiona. Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll throw that and take a look at the report for Tong tomorrow. In all fairness, I need to put my regular lineup like this. Because I'm going to have to move my gear around. So we'll see what happens. It goes up almost to 77 million by adding Marshall in. All right. We'll see. We shall see. I think actually that's what is that. I think that's what Hulk is using in 3v3, isn't it? Yeah. He throws Adam over there. Deer throws Adam with tank too. All right, we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. We'll see. See, King's not using the 4+1 card. I wouldn't think he is. He's not mixing anybody up. All right, good enough. We'll see what happens. I'll get screenshots, compare it into Excel, have it. We'll take a look at the reports. We'll see if it makes a difference or not for those. All right. That is the show for tonight. Wrap it up. Hope you guys change your tactic cards out there after all our conversations. What you do, I cannot wait. I'm sure the reports are going to be flying at me with all your layouts of your tactic cards and everything else, and I can't wait to see it. So when you send me those reports, show me the before and after on the report so I can see the tactic card actual layout prior to what it looked like, and then send me the tactic card, the new tactic card layout, so I at least have something to compare to. And then if you want, then we can certainly go over it and discuss it on air as well, and go over your ideas and how you played it out. All right, I will be on again on Wednesday night. We'll do Hero Day Stepman exclusive, which yeah, I'll at least get to level 13, I think. So with that, QB18 out.